In mathematics, a formula is basically a recipe for finding the value of one thing, also called the subject, when others are known. A formula usually has a single subject and an equal sign, together with an expression written in symbols, that indicates how to find the subject. The recipe that makes up a formula can be simple or complicated. However, formulas usually have three basic parts. A single letter at the beginning, also called the subject. An equals sign that links the subject to the recipe. And the recipe itself, which when used, works out the value of the subject. A basketball court is a rectangle. The area of the court depends on its length, L, and width, W. This is the formula to find the area of a rectangle when its length, L, and width, W, are known. To find the area, A, we must multiply the length, L, and the width, W. L, W, means the same as L times W. Before we continue, don't forget to click the subscribe button below and hit that notification bell so that you get notified whenever a new Math Rescue video comes out. Changing the subject of a formula involves moving letters or numbers, also called terms, from one side of the formula to the other, leaving a new term on its own. The way to do this depends on whether the term being moved is positive, negative, or whether it is part of a multiplication or division. When moving terms, whatever is done to one side of the formula needs to be done to the other. In this example, the formula is, A, is equal to B plus C. To make B the subject, plus C needs to be moved to the other side of the equals sign. To move plus C, its opposite, that is, negative C, must first be added to both sides of the formula to keep it balanced. Simplify the formula by cancelling out negative C and positive C on the right, leaving B by itself as the subject of the formula. The formula can now be rearranged so that it reads, B is equal to A minus C. This time, a negative term must be moved to the other side of the equals sign. To move negative C, its opposite, that is plus C, must first be added to both sides of the formula to keep it balanced. Simplify the formula by cancelling out negative C and positive C on the right, leaving B by itself as the subject of the formula. The formula can now be rearranged so that it reads, B is equal to A plus C. In this example, B is multiplied by C. To make B the subject, C needs to move to the other side. To move the C to the other side, you must do the opposite of multiplying, which is dividing. Simplify the formula by cancelling out C over C on the right, leaving B by itself as the subject of the formula. The formula can now be rearranged so that it reads B is equal to A over C. In this example, B is divided by C. To make B the subject, C needs to move to the other side. To move the C to the other side, you must do the opposite of dividing, which is multiplying. Simplify the formula by cancelling out C over C on the right, leaving B by itself as the subject of the formula. The formula can now be rearranged so that it reads, B is equal to A times C. An equation is a mathematical statement that contains an equals sign. Equations can be rearranged to find the value of an unknown number, or a variable. A variable is represented by a letter, such as x or y. Whatever action is taken on one side of an equation, must also be made on the other side, so that both sides remain equal. This is commonly known as balancing the equation. The values of the expression on the left-hand side must always be equal to the right-hand side of the equation. Here, to find the value of x, the equation must be arranged so that x is by itself on one side of the equation. Changes made to one side of the equation must also be made to the other side. Subtract 2 from both sides to isolate x. Simplify the equation by cancelling out the positive 2 and negative 2 on the left side. This leaves x on its own on the left. Once x is the subject of the equation, working out the right side of the equation gives the value of x. Working out the right side of the equation, 8 minus 2, gives the value of 6. More complicated equations are rearranged in the same way as simple equations. Anything done to simplify one side of the equation, must also be done to the other side, so that both sides of the equation remain equal. The equation will give the same answer, no matter where the rearranging is started. This equation has numerical and unknown terms on both sides, so it needs several rearrangements to solve. First, rearrange the numerical terms. To remove -9 from the right-hand side, add 9 to both sides of the equation. Next, rearrange so that the a's are on the opposite side to the number. This is done by subtracting 2a from both sides. Then, rearrange again to make a the only subject of the equation. Since the equation contains 3a, divide the whole equation by 3. The subject of the equation, a, is now on its own on the right side of the equation, and there is only a number on the other side. Simplifying, 12 divided by 3 equals 4. Reverse the equation to show the unknown variable, a, first. This does not affect the meaning of the equation, because both sides are equal. This equation has unknown and numerical terms on both sides, so it will take several rearrangements to solve. First, rearrange the numerical terms. Subtract 4 from both sides of the equation, so that there are numbers on only one side. Then rearrange the equation so that the unknown variable is on the opposite side from the number, by adding 2a to both sides. Finally, divide each side by 8 to make a the subject of the equation, and to find the solution of the equation. Here, a is equal to 1/8. Now, try solving the following problems. The solution will be shown after 20 seconds.